Welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 10 with me, MrSealyp. So, ladies and gentlemen, off the back of the last episode, a couple of things to talk about before I move on. I've got a ploughing contract I've taken on. There are a few other ones. There's another cotton one. It pays just, I think, 5,800. If I borrow the equipment, about 5 grand. May get a little bit extra on top. Actually, you know what? I might pick that up. I was just thinking, I was umming and ahhing, and I thought, I don't know if I can be bothered. I should have kept all the stuff from before. For Katie, field 78. That's right down the bottom, isn't it? Ish. Oh, no, off to the right. Oh, we drove past it yesterday. Let's borrow equipment. Excellent stuff. Right. Let's go across. That's the other thing as well. I kept going right to the top until you get the stuff go green, or to the bottom. I can just go across and it does it. That's ages to spend doing that. Anyway, for the people that reached out yesterday, thank you very much. I very much appreciate comments and about what I'm doing. The contracting thing, when I said, look, be careful when you've got multiple contracts going to the same sell point, a few people reached out and said, if you don't deliver there first, if you hold on to everything, then deliver. Now, what I will say is that's okay if you've got the capacity to. Cotton baling is absolutely fine, because with the cotton baling, actually, grab the tractor, with the cotton baling, you don't have that many bales, unless it's, a gargantuan field or half a map or something like that. But even then, they can just sit on the ground. If you're doing a regular harvest with crops, and you've only got a certain capacity with regard to trailers, once your trailers are full and your harvester is full, I suppose you could put it into a silo if you wanted to, but you just have to be careful. I know I was doing a cotton contract, but I suppose I was referring to contracts in general. With cotton, it's not so bad, because what I could have done was left those 2 bales in the first field, waited till the second field was completely done, and to be fair, I probably would have got to the 20,000 litres with a little bit left over, which is fine, and then delivered them all. So it's kind of, yes, for the cotton, but it does still hold true for the other stuff. Now, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, there were 2 things. Someone else had reached out about something. I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, so what we are going to do is, while we're out doing the ploughing, I'm going to, in this gap here, hopefully, I'm going to get a little silage clamp put in. I think there's I think it's 12,500 it's going to cost. We're going to have put into this gap just here. And then what we're going to do is going to move some of the grass from our storage here, put it into a silage clamp, compact it, and we get some silage on the way. So we've got a bit of straw in there. Oh yeah, did I even show how much hay do we have in the end? It's 159,000. Well, we did alright with that, didn't we? 159,000 litres. Nice. I don't know if I'm going to do all of the grass. I might do like 150,000 litres of it, and then leave some, because we're going to need some to feed the goats. I think that's the best bet. And the other thing we're going to do as well at some point today is we're going to put in a mini dairy, but I'm not sure where to put that actually. I want to get another greenhouse, not a mushroom one, a normal one. I think I might put the normal one in the gap here. As soon as we've got a bit of money, we'll get some normal stuff being produced. Do we have a second pallet there yet? Not quite. So yeah, a few jobs to do today. We'll crack on with those. I was considering, because I thought if the silage clamp's really expensive, it might be cheaper to lease a small baler. Not the small one, but a baler, let's just say that. Lease a baler. And then I just would have laid it all out along the track. Like I said, from my trailer, just drive along, dump it all out, and then come along with the baler, bale it all up, and then stick it into our bale storage. Could have done that if you don't want to go down the silage clamp route. That's what I do need to do, is put a bit of gravel and stuff down here. Because where we had the barn built, all the new gravel, it's very clean and tidy, isn't it? Not sure how I feel about that. It needs to be blended a little bit. It's very remiss of me. So, plough is in there. We'll grab that. Head out to the field. I'm just thinking with more horsepower, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do our ploughing a bit quicker than we did last time. Because that really did take a long time on the telehandler. And that telehandler, like I've said right from the outset, having the 3-point link on the back, 170 horsepower. Thank you, Farmer Foley, again for that. Absolute winner. But I'm just hoping that with the additional horsepowers, we might be all right. There's no trouble with subsoilers; they do require a fair old bit. I think we're going just over the river. I say the river runs all over the place, doesn't it? Out towards that that patch of land. Actually, that's a good point. When we go out, I'm going to take you out there. I think at the end of the day, it's there. It's not going to be hidden. I don't know if it's a clue or not. I've got an idea from conversations that were had at the FS25 preview event what that patch of land is going to be. When it will be, I don't know. I think it's the same on Hootan Pantai as well. I'm trying to think now, potentially. But it'll make sense when we get there. When we get there, someone sent me a message saying, "Oh, there's a picture here of something." I think it's going to be. So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'll show you it, and then you can be the judge. You know what I mean when we get there. The patch of land. Keep forgetting this doesn't fold. That's the only downside with these types of ploughs as well. Obviously, the wider you go, they either need to be put into a trailer. Well, that's the thing I was thinking of doing. Have I got enough money to do it all? That's the problem. You notice my money went down. I did pay for the hay. I think I paid £4,000 in the end, just over £4,000. Which is what I said I was going to do. Right, that's the cotton gear. I'm just going to have I know there is one, but I don't know what the capacity is. Because our trailer at the moment is the a swivel axle. You know how I feel. I'm not a big fan of swivel axle trailers. We do have these available, but there's a standard and there's a bonkers capacity. Yeah, the standard's only 18,500. It's a pity there's not one in between, like an 18 and even a 50,000, and then a 200,000 litre. Because 200,000 is just way too. I mean, I say it's way too much. It makes no differences. But the problem is when you do the 200,000 litre, it adds quite a chunk on to the price of the trailer. 30,000 is not too bad. I think the prices have gone up from previous iterations. That's a swivel axle, same capacities. I do like the trailers. I really do because I prefer the solid state. I'm just thinking for doing our silage, for putting stuff into the silage clamp, I've got to wrestle around with that that swivel axle. All the others are fairly expensive. I mean, that's the thing when you look at the prices. That's the one we've got that goes up to 34,000. It's 39,500 for the 22,500 litre version. Then the price goes up depending on the capacity you go for. That's 40,000. So in all honesty, for the price, it's not bad. But like I said, if we go to that and we put that, adds 5,000 on. I suppose 35,000 for 200,000 litres, but that's a bit. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, like I say, I wish there was an alternative in between on that. I suppose even at 18,500 litres, it's going to take me a few trips backwards and forwards, but it'll be quicker than having to try and wriggle around with the version that we've got. I don't know. It's just practice makes perfect, or using the front of the tractor or using the telehandler, because you can finesse it a lot easier. Anyway, where I was heading to was... I'll say it again, this autumnal weather, but the landscape. I know it's been the same on all maps going back however long now, but it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? I think I'm going the right way. I hope I'm going the right way. And what I'll do is I'll probably get the cotton gear out. Have I got enough money? Yeah. Right, so this facility here, right? Now, actually I'll turn the engine off. Now there is a footpath that runs, yeah, down there, but it's the other side of the fencing. How do I get down there? Oh, yeah, just down here. Down the embankment. Let's go for a quick wander. Little jog. I might change back to my cowboy hat. I don't quite like this one. We'll see. Where was the sign? Has it been moved? There was a sign. Maybe it's further along. It was quite intriguing. Might be further on. It's been removed. I did not dream that. Okay. It was a sign to do with fish and game. Like Department for Fish and Game. It was to do with the river along here as well. No. I suppose the game did get an update, but the map didn't specifically, but I suppose as part of the update, there was a sign right here. I certainly didn't dream it. Oh well, it's not there now. That's peculiar. Maybe that's why. Maybe it gave the game away, I don't know. What's it the other side? It doesn't matter. I just thought I'd show it on the way through. I'm just curious to see whether this plough's going to work. What time is it? 9:52. There's not much traffic, is there? I know I said that the other day when I was doing the cotton work. Right, so where's the field working on? Let's put the goops on. That field looks like it's got a crop in it. Or is it weeds? Oh no, maybe not. Looked like it had a green tinge to it. So fingers crossed, we have now got a bit more oomph. A bit more bang for our buck. Work, come on. Oh dear. This is ridiculous. Just how much horsepower does this thing need? We've gone from 170 to 230, and it's not the 5 metre one either. It's only a 3 point. Was it 3.7? Was it? Oh man, alive! Yeah, look at our wheel slip. Oh, not good. That's going the same speed as the 170 horsepower telehandler did. And this is flatter as well. So you're telling me that 60 horsepower made no difference at all? Oh, blimey. I had such high hopes. Dreams and aspirations. That's what to do now. This isn't even one you can run backwards. When's that plough coming? We need that one back. Might move to cotton gear and go into that. Well, I would say 100% by the time we get back, our silage clamp will be good to go. Okay, the ploughing I'm going to go back to. It's taking too long. Cotton harvest has been moved. Cotton harvesting is cracking on. So, silo is in. As is our little house on the dairy. That's in. There's our look. It fits in that corner really nicely. I say corner, well, I suppose technically. Where the old silo was. Right up towards the trees. 12,500 on the nose. It's not a huge clamp. It doesn't need to be. We haven't got a massive amount of stuff at the moment. And then over around here. I thought I'd put it over by the trees. I didn't know where to put it really. I didn't want to put it in the middle of this area, this big area here. We might have something else that could go in there, but I'll just tuck it over here. So a mini dairy. And we'll give it a go, why not? Let's go into there. So we've got our goat milk is being produced. So we'll be able to do, I'm going to do goat milk bold because that's a 10 to 20. So we're going to double the amount we've got. Goat cheese, I think, is a 3 to 6. So we'll double on that as well. Get both those going. And then at whatever point, if we do decide to do buffalo, we're going to be doing the stuff for Total Mix Ration. So we can do buffalo milk bold. Again, that's a 10 to 20. And the mozzarella's worth a few quid as well. It takes a long time, but it's worth a few quid. So, yeah, all good. I'm going to have another look at the... I know the mushroom greenhouses were a lot cheaper than the standard greenhouses. So, yeah, we'll have to give that some thoughts. I mean, I suppose we have got enough money, haven't we? If we're doing the cotton contract... Again, I'm just... Why don't I say I'm not getting too much done in one episode? At the end of the day, ploughing we'll have to come back to. But the cotton contract's going on. We've got silage camp, which I'm going to have to put some stuff into now. Dairy, we haven't got a lot of milk at the moment. I think we've got 50 odd litres, something like that. How are we looking? Yeah, 59 litres, which is probably not enough to move over yet. I suppose we could get some stuff processing, couldn't we? If that's milk, that's going to double if we do milk, goat milk bottled. So I guess we could do, just whenever we got some, move some over. Yep. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get the greenhouse in. Shall we? Let's have a look. What are we looking at price-wise? Greenhouses. Oh. Oh no. Why did I think it was so much more expensive? 9 grand. It's only 18 grand for the... Oh, that's the rice sapling, that's why. 9, 18... I mean, 36 is the same price as a small production, isn't it? Well, I suppose it is a production, isn't it? The large tarp greenhouse. I mean, have we got enough of that? Maybe the 18 we could go for. Oh, it's not too bad. I thought it'd be a lot bigger as well. That'll fit in that gap quite nicely, wouldn't it? What do you reckon? Put it that way round? Leave a nice gap behind so we can still drive around the back of it. I say we do it. What do I know? Let's do it. Everything's ticking along, isn't it? Let's get the water in, then we'll move the silage. I'm going to have to compact that. Then before the end of the episode, we'll move some milk over. Why not? Got a larger tank on this now. Do you need to put any more in there? Tiny little bit. Good thing as well with our new barn, which I really like as well. We've got to decide what we're going to do first. I don't want to do everything at once, but the temptation to do that is quite huge, isn't it? Okie dokie, took all that. Yeah, so where I put the new barn in over here. Oh, hang on, I've just... what a twit. Just realised... Oh no, it's alright. There's a track behind, isn't there? I was thinking I've just closed off the track with the mini dairy, but I haven't had one of the tracks here. Yeah, whereas before, you had to kind of turn around and come back out again. We've extended it, moved it a little bit further over, so what we can do is drive straight round. So we've got space to get round and back onto the track and down again. We've done a little bit of blending. I just grabbed a rake and we dragged some gravel around. So we're all good. I'll soon to bring that stuff over. I'm going to leave the herbicide over at the vehicle shop, but the seed I'll bring over because we're going to need that here. Because if we get any seeding contracts, we're going to do it with our seeder. I don't think any more stuff will have... Do you think any more stuff will have popped up on the second-hand market? Oh, not as cheap, but manure spreader for doing fertilising jobs. Mind you, it does specify, doesn't it? Well, no, it doesn't specify. Some do say spraying. That's usually the herbicide. Fertilising jobs, you can use whatever you like. We can buy cheap fertiliser. I'm running out of money. I'm spending way too fast. 69% off. Only 30. Is that weird? There's two of them. I would say 51% off. That's 25,000 litre Bergman manure spreader. What horsepower is it required to? Oh, 220 horsepower. That would only need me 10 horsepower to play with my tractor, but I'm going to regret that, because I'm sure when it comes to, when I am ready to do fertilising jobs and stuff, I'll think, you know what, I could have got a really cheap manure spreader, but at the moment, we're all right. So what we're going to get going on here, do a little bit of blending in here as well. That's taking way more than I thought it was going to. We can get stuff going anyway. I guess it's either a case of just picking something you want to do because you've never done it before, or looking and seeing what sells. But generally speaking, and this is a sweeping statement, I know. Generally speaking, if something's worth a lot more, generally speaking, it takes longer to grow, or there's less of it. It yields less for crops. But obviously, pallets, if they're all 1,000 litres or whatever they end up being, generally it takes longer for a crop that's worth more. That often. I mean, I'm not saying that's 100% the case. So, medium top greenhouse. We haven't done chili peppers before. We haven't done garlic before. Napa cabbage, spring onion. I mean, we've got our standards, our staples. I'm pretty sure Omatana did some testing and stuff on this, and she said that, I mean, the lettuce does take a while, and you're losing half. It's a 4:2, so the ratio kind of goes down a little bit, but the water's free. We can fill up as much as we want. I think one more load would be all right with me. Yeah. That paid out the most, but I'm just thinking about doing things we haven't done before. Do I want to put all 4 on, though? I'm going to say yes. You know what? Let's do all 4. If you can just chug away to its heart's content, can't it? Spring onions, doubles. That's a 4:3. We lose a little bit. 6:3. That's halved. 6:4. Okay. Yeah, boy. Nice. So, we've got quite a few things going, haven't we? We've been quite sensible. I will get on to doing our silaging. Oh, I do need to check on contract harvester filled. Was it 58%? I need to double check that, because I don't know whether I'll get a full bale. If it looks like it's going to be a full bale and a bit, I'm better off unloading a partial bale, I often think. So I will go over and check that in just a moment, just to make 100% certain. If it's looking like it's way under a full bale, I'll leave it to finish the field. But like I said before, there's always that risk with cotton that if you get a full bale at 20, especially the 20,000 litre ones, the full at 20,000 litres, then what's left only gives you 5,000 litres. If you can't unload that bale, that's 5,000 litres of wool, of cotton, you can't do anything with. So, it just doesn't hurt to check, does it? And then I'll be back, and we will get silage into the clamp. I want to do rice as well. I want to do long grain rice. Well, I don't know about rice paddy. I suppose we could do a tiny little rice paddy. We could put it right in the middle of our yard. That'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Mind you, I suppose what we could do is look at our boundaries of our fields, and then, like I said, we could, if I do a little bit of forestry maybe over the winter, we could clear a space to do a little rice paddy, just as a test. I mean, the problem with that is the rice, not the long grain rice, requires specialist equipment. So if you don't do a lot of it, what you're paying for the equipment, you're not really gaining back, are you? Right, I'm going to see you in a little bit. That's that done. Excellent stuff. Little house on the dairy. Nice. Okay, so like I said, I might use the telehandler because we've got a little bit more manoeuvrability with that as well. But if we've gone to the front, oh, so I've got a front. Oh, that's curious. So we've got a 3-point, but not a front hitch. Okay, might have to be the telehandler then. I think I'll do it with the telehandler. Much as I love this, and I really do. Let's go. Right. No. To be fair, we could probably do it with the back as well, because we've got so much manoeuvrability. That's the beauty of it. It's having that finite manoeuvrability that makes life a little bit easier. Drop that back down again, actually. I'm not going to compact it with a compactor or anything like that. I'll just use the tyres of the vehicle. Well, I suppose we could do, but why bother? Let's go. So, like I say, we're not going to use all of it. 5 loads. Well, it'll be less than 5 loads, won't it? Every time we click on this, it will tell us what's left in the silo. So, to be fair, what we'll do. It's why it takes so long using these. And I know for all you swivel axle trailer professionals out there, more power to you. I've been playing the game a long time. I've done a lot of these, and like I've said many times, sometimes it works and sometimes it looks like you know what you're doing. Other times it's absolutely horrific. And this might be one of those times it will actually work. Who knows? Right, now straighten up. That's actually not too bad, is it? Need to make sure I still go that way a little bit. There we go. Now I'll straighten up. Like I say, it's just having that. See, normally your steering is at the front of the tractor. So if you turn it around the other way, you've got more finesse with your steering. Because this is all-wheel steer, it doesn't matter front or rear. It just gives you a little bit more control over that swivel axle. If you use the back of a tractor, by the time it starts to move, you're already having to overcorrect and correct, and it just gets a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of shape. As long as I can get 150,000 litres in here, I'll be happy. Right, let's unload. Let's go a little bit further back, actually. And it's bled out through the sides. And this is Giants. This is their own. I mean, that's just. So this is repeatedly now. When I was looking at that one the other day, the tyre one, and I said it's awful. It just pours out the side. And what's great is whenever you see any of the pictures they show you, it doesn't show you a picture of it all out the sides. That's just. I'm sorry, but. So what's going to be telling is, we just put 34,000 litres in here. If we do, what do we want? That. It's saying 34,000 in here. I'll just have to take it that it's, it just looks really unsightly, doesn't it? Anyway, right, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to get 150,000 litres in here. It looks like the cotton harvest is finished. It's at 80%, which means the field's been cleared. It was going to be one bale. When I went to check on it, it was only 9,000 litres in there. And there was only about, I would say, maybe a third of the field left. So we might be looking at a 13,000 litre bale, maybe. So we'll take that. That's going to go to... That's not going to the rope maker. That's going to the farmer's market, I think. Fill that again. I'll whiz over and we'll double check. And I'll take it to the farmer's market, drop that off. We might make a little bit, we might not. If we don't, no big deal. It's still a contract and we'll get paid for it. So, why not? I was taking the cotton up to the farmer's market and I remembered where I'd seen the sign. It wasn't along the footpath. I mean, technically it was on the footpath, but the facility has got this kind of cross causeway. I was on the path down there. I thought, I'm sure it was there. There's an entrance there, but there's another entrance here. Look, here it is. Access provided by the local Game and Fish Commission, a federal aid project. Special regulation may Apply refer to current regulation pamphlet. No camping. Please do not litter. There's no sign on there at the moment. Game and fish? I mean, I suppose because it's a river. I said originally a sewage treatment place, but I mean that would be a bit... It's like a biogas plant, isn't it? If that was the case, that'd be a bit weird. I don't know. I mean, it's there. I'm not saying anything that hasn't kind of been already left there. And so I suddenly thought, oh, have they taken the sign away? If they have, that's weird. And then I suddenly thought, actually, can I get back again? But I've left myself enough room to turn round. Excellent stuff. Right, I'll see you up the farmer's market. Slight detour. Oh, that was something else I was going to show. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I was on the hunt for historical artefacts, and I was looking all over the place. Was it in here? One of these places, it's like a... If you remember the Goonies, it's like a booby trap. We got these things here which are interesting. But anyway, I came in... Was it this building or the next one? Might be the next building along. And there's something very odd. Yeah, it might be this one. And I suddenly thought, again, is this something River and Co. Logistics? Huh. I wonder. That's only just the two and two have just come together in doing something I wasn't intending to do to show the sign, and coming here, which was completely unrelated until this point. Right, and it's this, right? So you've got all this stuff here. There's a big ramp that goes down at the back here to a door, which at the moment is closed. I mean, you can't do anything with it. But this bit here, I was kind of wandering around, I was having a look, and you've got this, and I thought, that's pretty cool. Be aware that you can fall through, which I thought was a bit weird at the time. And what's interesting is, I mean, I'll jump in there now. I'll have to reset myself, but look, I'll show you. Look, you've even got these supports here, which kind of intimate that raises and lowers. If that was just fixed in place, why would that even be there? Why would you have the brickwork? Why would you have these supports? Because you'd never see it. Now I'm stuck. Oh, that's not collectible, is it? What's that? That's weird. No, it's not collectible. Yeah, now I'm stuck. So just be careful. You don't fall down this hole like what I did. I'll see you up at the farmer's market. I'm just going to scrabble my way out of here. Help. Right, I need to make sure I get this in the correct place. I'm never quite sure. I think it's the right-hand side as I'm looking at it now. Because the left-hand side is the big grate. I think it's over this side. Easy thing to do. Let's check on the map. I mean, that's weird because it's showing the other side. Maybe it's the other side then. I would have thought it was this side. Oh, we can try if it's not. We can reload it, can't we? Definitely showing the other side, isn't it? Yeah. It's curious. Unless this is just the thing for the farmer's market. Oh, we'll find out. If it's not, we'll pick it back up. We'll go on the other side. Let's see how we fare, shall we? Unload. That's so weird. If you look at the map, we are right on top of where it's supposed to be. Right, okay. So I was right the first time. This is the other side. Why is the marker not showing the correct? Oh, I suppose it's just a farmer's market. It's around this side, isn't it? Another thing I found curious up here. Oh, let's just unload. I think it's... Is it past this little thing here? Let's try there and see what happens. I'm sure it's bales and pallets and stuff this side. Come on now. What is going on? I'm sure it's this side. Am I too far over? This is what worries me, because I'm sure I had a message from someone a while back saying they're doing a contract off for cotton, and they'd bought it up here, and it wasn't selling. I was like, oh, that's not good. I can't be left with this. I think it worked out 12,000 something. It was just under. Oh, there we go. What do we make? 3,161 on top of the contract. I'll take that. That's fine. Right. I head back. What was the contract worth? I can't remember. 5,029 plus 3 grand. That's an 8 grand contract. Lovely job. I'll see you back, and we should be getting on to compacting the silage clamp. Whew, nice. And then we'll go and check on our milk. Oh, I will move the milk over. Whatever's there, we can get chugging away, can't we? Why not? I'll tell you what, we didn't do too bad. I've put in, I think I've got maybe just over 50,000 left in here, maybe 52, 53. I don't know what I've got in here. 53. That's all right. Yeah, I was saying around 50. And in here, it's not. Oh no, because I haven't got the thing open. I'm going to try with the tractor. I'm really liking the new look to everything. It's pretty cool. But I've got the telehandler with the bucket, because if we're getting up on top of this, and if we squeeze any out the front, which often happens, as long as we can get up on here, I'll start to smooth it out. Like I say, I could use the compactor, and I can use levelers and stuff like that. It's a small clamp. If I had the money, I have got the money, I guess. But it's just a case of, do I want to spend the money to save myself a bit of time, or if I'm happy to spend the time doing it, then I'll carry on. It's, you know, I will need to open up the help window so I know what percentage we're at, because at the moment I don't. And I'll just try and get this as smooth down as I possibly can. And once we hit 100%, we'll blanket it with the new blankets as well, which are pretty cool. And then we'll be good to go. We'll have, you know, everything we need for doing TMR. We have got some silage bales as well. And like I say, if we get any more mowing contracts, if we get any more tedding contracts, which I say that surprised me in the last episode. I wasn't expecting to get that. Any wrapping ones, anything like that, I'll grab them. I'll still do them. I am keeping an eye out for a bit of ground that we can purchase. I want to turn into a grass field. Like I said, we have got some grass around, but we haven't got any mowers yet. There's no cheap mowers out yet. They're fairly expensive to buy. I could lease them, of course I can. And at some point I'd like to buy one of those forage pickups. They're 60 odd grand. But again, we're leasing. I must admit, I haven't really noticed. I don't think there's a problem with the leasing situation. But when we've gone from each half month into the next half month, I haven't noticed any leasing fees for that come up. I haven't noticed my money go down. I mean, it must be. Because we've had that now, what, 2 months? Month and a half, 2 months? So whatever it's charging me, it's not breaking the bank, so... Yeah. Did I do today's stone? I did today's stone, didn't I? That was in the last episode. I say 3 grand each time, and I don't need the stone for anything yet. Can't afford to buy the cement works, which is a pity. There's not a mini one. If anyone's out there that's working on a mini cement works, that'd be brilliant. Even if it was just a little, cement mixer, like a small one, that'd be quite cool. Right, let me just let's do the with that. How we're looking? Only 14%. This is going to take a while, isn't it? 147,015 litres. Brilliant stuff. I said about 150. So yeah, the 3,000 that's left in the other one is the 3,000 that's missing from here. So we're about right, aren't we? Excellent. Right. I will carry on till this is done. Then we'll blanket it, and then I'll move the milk over. And I think my jobs for today will be done. That's all I had on my list. Oh, and the greenhouse wasn't on my list. So that's a bonus. Whoa, careful, careful, careful. I mean, that being said, if this takes much longer, I could end up just deciding, you know what, I'm going to go and get a compactor. Actually, I haven't even looked, to be fair, to see what's available as far as compactors go. Have we still got the one... Oh, we haven't. Why have we not got the... what's it? No, DC... What's it called? Maybe they haven't got the contract anymore. The one that was like PTO powered. That thing was phenomenal. It worked so well. We had some really good ones pop up every now and again that I don't think were supposed to be brilliant, but were brilliant. Those I've found are all right. And you can add additional weights, which add weights to them. The originals, and am I going back to 19 or even 17? You could buy it, then you could add water to it. Adding water to it made a massive difference. But this one, you're just adding weights, and I don't know. 21,500 to lease. It's $1,000. I guess we couldn't we? That means coming back off the clamp again. There's always that risk every time you come on and off the clamp of squeezing stuff out the front, which I don't like doing. Right then, it's 11:36. We're done. 143,015 litres. We are good to blanket le silo. Do I really want to blanket it? Yes, I do. There you go. 147,015 litres. Look at that. It's fancy, isn't it? Fancy stuff. There we go. Brilliant stuff. So that will start doing its thing. I didn't need to use the bucket. That's cool. So I'll put that away. I remembered what the other thing was right at the very start of the episode when I said there was something else I was going to talk about. It was the vehicle repair thing. Again, a few people reached out. When I did my kind of initial testing, the thoughts on that, and I had been messaged about this situation. And like I said, it happens in real life, And when I did the thing the other day, people saying, I had calculated it wrong. The thing about it is, when I did my original testing, it was pre-update. And pre-update, if you took stuff back to the main vehicle shop, you didn't get the bonus. Like, yeah, look, that looks awful. Just noticed that. I mean, this is giants. I mean, really? I don't get it. It's not done in that side. But it's done anyway, the back and side. Anyway, yeah, so it was pre all of that. So once that got done, what changed was that when you take stuff back to the vehicle shop, you get that bonus. Because you can sell anywhere, you can sell at any point. But taking it back to the shop was always, you'd get a bonus for taking it back to the shop, for taking it the time. And, you got the bonus for doing it. So what happened was, and I think I said initially that I'd bought that Skoda for 22 grand, wasn't it, second hand. And when I literally took it from buying it straight to the vehicle shop, and it was already saying 24,000 and something. So a lot of the profit was literally in taking it to the shop. And then there was a bit on top. So I reckon we probably made 2.5, maybe 3 grand, which is what I kind of originally said. I thought it was about that. The profits on paper, when you worked it out, didn't look that much if you did the repair and you did the repaint. But, yeah, the profit was in taking it back. So, and the profit margins do vary. And I think it has been tweaked in the update, as far as I can tell. Anyway, that's all I can say at the moment. So this is all ticking over. Yeah. We're doing all right here. What are we up to? 11 already. We're going spicy, people. Spicy. We've got chilies. We've got garlic. We've got spring onion. Nice. So let's move the milk. I think we can lift it. We haven't got a huge amount, have we? We should be able to lift it. Get that running. And then I'm going to have to work out what I'm going to do about the ploughing. Because that's a problem. That is a problem. Let's put this in. Like I say, there's not a huge amount. We need a lot more before we can get a full pallet, but there you go. Put that in. Duck under there. go to this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do, sorry, we're going to do goat milk bottled. Sorted. Right, that's it. That's all I need to do now. We'll move on to goat cheese when we've got a bit more milk, but I just want that to start doubling up, and that will start chugging away. So as far as today goes, I've got all the stuff done I wanted to, and some extras. It's been a bit of a result. So yeah, I've got to work out this ploughing thing. Do I just use my tractor? I'm going to have to, aren't I? Like I say, it becomes that silly thing of a contract that they'll pay out 3, 4, 5 grand. If I lease a bigger tractor that can plough it, that costs me 15 grand to lease, it's just a false economy. It doesn't work, and that bizarrely is not working much better than that. And there's a 60 horsepower difference between the two. It's insane. Anyway, all that being said, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.